Welcome back, everyone. This is Dave and Stacie from the Korman Productions Deep Dive TV podcast, and we are talking about a new series that we plan on covering on the SyFy channel called Revival.
Yeah.
This series is a late pickup for us. We literally decided last minute to do it. It falls right into our wheelhouse of the things we typically cover. We're typically the sci-fi horror genre, though we also do cover some other stuff like some drama series as well, and we did a comedy as well. But yeah, we figured this was a good show for us to cover.
Yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything, but this feels kind of like it hits multiple things for us, because not only is it genre sci-fi horror, it also is filmed in Canada.
Right.
This is filmed in New Brunswick, and we cover lots of stuff filmed in Nova Scotia. This is their neighbor. So there is going to be some crossover of one-off guest appearances of people we may know.
I know that judging from the Internet Movie Database page, that our friend Taylor Olson is at least in one episode.
Right.
How many exactly, we don't know. But, I mean, Taylor Olson seems to be in everything related to Nova
He's
Scotia.
been in everything, I think, that's ever been filmed anywhere in that region.
Right. So I'm going to read the episode's description.
The series description.
The series description. We're not getting
And again, this is spoiler-free.
Right.
First look at the series, and we're going to talk about when you can watch it, where you can watch it, and just get everybody hyped to start this new show.
Yeah, and we do plan on doing a deeper look into the series when we do our podcast, so you'll be able to see the scene by scene and our thoughts about the first episode. And
after it airs.
After it airs, of course. And every episode after that as well. All right, so the series description reads as follows. On one miraculous day in rural Wisconsin, the recently deceased suddenly rise from the graves. But this is no zombie story, as the revived appear and act just like they once were. When local officer and single mother Dana Cypress is unexpectedly thrown into the center of a brutal murder mystery of her own, she's left to make sense of the chaos amidst a town gripped by fear and confusion where everyone, alive or undead, is a suspect. And Revival is a scripted original series based on the best-selling Image Comics series from Tim Stacie and Mike Norton.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
No, I actually don't know anything about that either. But
not a big comic person myself.
No. I mean, we could always ask Adam, your husband. I'm sure he might know.
Probably not.
So the series stars Melanie Scrofano, that's who plays Dana Cypress, Romy Whiteman, and again, if you're new to the channel, and you might be, not a very good pronouncer of names. Sorry about that. Romy Whiteman, she plays Martha M. Cypress. David James Elliott, I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with him, who plays Wayne Cypress. That's the actual sheriff of the town. And Andy McQueen, played by Ibram Rahman. And I know the first name is right because I actually went on to Google and checked out the pronunciation of that. Reoccurring guest stars include Steve Ogg. I'm pretty familiar with him. He was actually in Better Call Saul for a couple episodes.
He was in Walking Dead.
Oh, was he now? Mm-hmm. Phil Brooks, who plays CM Punk.
Phil Brooks is CM Punk.
Okay. Gia Sanhu, Catherine King-So, Mae Che, Nathan Dales, Mark Little, Glenn Gould, Laura Jean. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that one. Korstecki?
Laura Jean Chostecki, maybe.
And Conrad Coates.
Yes. And one thing that we do when we do cover the actual episodes is we talk about each and every actor who appears in the episode, and we're going to cover some of their credits and talk a little bit about them. So if you want to know anything else about all of those people we just mentioned, definitely make sure to come back for the actual podcast where we will talk about all of them in much greater detail than this.
The series is created by Aaron B. Kuntz, no relation to Dean Kuntz, one of my favorite authors that I can tell, and Luke Boyce. They both serve as showrunners and executive producers. Lance Samuels, Daniel Iron, Samantha Levine, Neela Tabatzik, and Daniel Murch. Melanie Scrofano, Greg Hemmings, Stephen Foster, and Amanda Rowe also serve as executive producers, and I believe that Amanda Rowe both directed and I think wrote the first episode. Don't quote me on that because, that information is not in front of me, though we're about to cover it. So, yes, it is, actually. So the episode was directed by Amanda Rowe. She's not credited as a writer on the series. So I was mistaken about that.
Okay.
Stacie, you want to tell us where we can find the show and when we might see it drop?
Absolutely. So the series premieres this Thursday.
That's pretty exciting.
June 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can catch it on linear broadcast at 10 p.m. on the SyFy channel in the U.S. If you're in Canada, it's also in the same time slot, airing on CTV SyFy channel. And if you're looking to catch it on streaming in Canada, it'll be available the next day on Crave. In the U.S., it's going to be on a 1-week delay, airing on Peacock.
All right, so we have actually watched the first episode.
We have.
We're not going to go into a terrible amount of detail.
Because this is spoiler-free.
Right.
We're not allowed to go into detail yet.
Exactly. But I will say that the series seems really intriguing.
It's definitely interesting. It's the kind of show that I always want to catch. You know, I definitely would have been watching this even if we weren't covering it. It's not an incredibly, novel idea, right? It's been done. It's been done plenty of times, and we'll talk more about that when we cover the episode. But still, I feel like they're doing probably something fresh with it. Mm-hmm. And after one episode, I'm still not entirely sure exactly what they're doing with it. But I'm curious and eager to find out more and to keep watching.
Right. And, we have access to 6 episodes right now. We've only watched 1 episode because we are trying not to, spoil ourselves.
So what we do when we cover shows, even if we have access to multiple episodes, is we're only going to watch one at a time. And then we're going to record our podcast about it. That way we can have a open and honest discussion without us accidentally saying something that we're not supposed to say yet.
Right.
We can play along with the audience. You know?
Basically,
we can guess what's going to happen. We can make predictions.
Right. So we're
without
not
having seen what comes next.
We're not going to be ahead of the audience. We're going to be able to see the episodes as they are seeing it, so that we can speculate along with them. We will have no more knowledge than they will have because we will have not watched those other episodes, even though we do have access to it.
Right. So we're still watching one episode a week, basically. We're just watching it a few days early and recording the discussion so that it can drop immediately following the linear broadcast. So Thursday nights, 11 p.m. I know that's a weird time for us, and I'm going to have a hard time convincing you to do that, but that's the time.
I'll do it, and we'll see how it goes.
That's the time that we're allowed to drop it, so we're going to.
It worked with Prom, so...
Yeah. That's
no reason to believe that it won't with this one.
That's, how it goes. This is a 10 p.m. show, because it's kind of violent. This is a late one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Following the episode, come back and you can hear us talk all about it and break down the entire episode. We're going to talk about every single scene, every single actor, and all of our opinions and thoughts. And I'm guessing this series is going to have a lot of
twists and turns,
speculations and puzzles, and us guessing who did it and what comes next and all of that kind of stuff. It feels like it's going to be one of those.
Yeah, I don't really know where the series is going to go after the first episode. I'm intrigued to find out. I'm hoping that this is going to be a worthwhile sci-fi adventure series for sure.
Yeah. So we have our screener access through NBCUniversal, who also provides us with press photos. And through our episodes, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to be seeing press photos. Those are brought to you again by NBCUniversal, as well as from Bell Media, which is the Canadian distributor. Which is
interesting itself. I thought, when you initially told me about it was going to go through CTV as well, I thought you were going to tell me that we also had screeners for that.
No, we don't have...
it would be through the CW, so it wouldn't be CTV. Never mind.
Right. Yeah. We can't get screeners through them, but we have media access through Bell Media to get press releases and photos.
Right.
That's where we get all of our Sullivan's Crossing press photos from. So we have access through both channels for press photos for this series, which is good because they offer different photos.
Right.
Which means we have more that we are legally allowed to share with you.
That is exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff. And the other thing I want to mention is if you're on Facebook, I couldn't find any groups yet for this series, so I went ahead and created one. So if you are watching this series, or you plan on watching the series, you want to get involved in the deeper conversation, join me over on the Facebook group. It's called Revival SyFy Series Fans. I'm running that group. Only my friends are in it so far, but I'm hoping that it grows because, again, I couldn't find any groups. So I went ahead and made one.
All right. Do we have anything else to say before concluding?
Let's see. Revival's produced by Blue Ice Pictures and Hemmings Films. Those are both Canadian organizations. So this is a Canadian-produced series.
Right.
Which is airing on SyFy
Gotcha.
in the U.S., which isn't necessarily feel like an important distinction, but, like last year when we had the strikes,
yes,
that became an important distinction is what country owns a show.
Right. Well, not only that, it's interesting because we might actually have some Sullivan's Crossing audience members watching this show as well.
Yeah,
so.
This is filmed, very close to where Sullivan's Crossing and From. Those are both filmed in Nova Scotia. This is just the next province over. So you're going to see overlap of, again, some of the actors, some of the, the background people might see overlap. And yeah, it's all of those are airing on CTV in Canada.
Yep.
So it's all connected.
Exciting stuff. All right. We can't wait for you to join the conversation and talk about the episodes with us. If you make a comment, we will shout you out, presuming, of course, that the comment is, something that's constructive and not like super negative against us or against the show. You can be negative and just in a constructive way is what I'm trying to say.
Don't be rude.
Right.
Don't be rude.
Don't be trolling.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can also comment in this podcast as well, what your thoughts about the upcoming show are, and we will shout them out. Not in episode 1, but
because we're going to be pre-recording.
Right.
But so we're going to be probably a week behind of adding comments, but put your thoughts in there, and we will share them the next opportunity we have.
All right.
And come back Thursday after you watch the show, or if you're watching it on streaming, whenever after you're done watching the show, come back and see what we have to say about it.
All right. We'd like to hear from you. What you think of this podcast? What do you think of this upcoming series? Stacie can be reached at?
I can be reached on Twitter X, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at TVN Coupon Talk.
If you like this video and want to support the channel, the number of ways to do so, you can follow me on Twitter at Korman Productions. You can join the Korman Productions Facebook page, the Facebook page that is now run by Stacie about the series Revival. And you can buy me a copy, join the Korman Productions membership starting at 99 cents a month. And, of course, you can like, share, and comment on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. This is Dave and Stacie from Korman Productions, signing off.